Good evening. We're here, second show back on the season. We got some other people coming. We're going on local candidates now. We got an election on August 6th for county commission. And we'll have city councils, Quentin and Oak Ridge, on November 6th. But early voting starts July 17th, which I want to put a promotion in for the county fair. It's from 13th to the 17th, and we'll get all that done. And we're trying to talk to different people and different perspectives. And last week we had on, we had somebody on, and this week we're going to do it again without naming names a lot. But Jawrell Cook, who's been a big Oak Ridge High School graduate, been a big supporter of Oak Ridge in so many ways, is now going to try to run, or is running, already won the primary for, who won? Did you or Don win?
I won.
By one vote. I remember it. I can't remember.
Four.
Was it four?
Votes,
okay,
yes.
we built there at the end. Okay. Yeah. So, are running for county commission in Emory Valley. One of the greats of all time, Bob Smallridge, is finally retiring. He served for so long, and he was superintendent for 30 years, served Quentin. Everywhere there's been a need, Bob's done a great job, and I think the world of Bob. But now we got some new people coming in. Judge trying to come in from the past, Layton, so we got that. And we got 2 Republicans and 1 independent in that race. We're going to talk about it. But first, we're going to spend some time talking about Jawrell and everything that's come through everything we've done since '87. I was hoping he was older because I could have said more shared values. But welcome to the show, and I appreciate you running. We need what I call hands-on people that have done the work and know the town. And in your areas is Emory Valley, Hendricks Creek, and Woodland.
Correct.
And he's done a lot, and we're going to talk. Tell me about growing up. Where'd you grow up? Siblings, family? Take your time and just tell me everything about you.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me.
I'm glad to be here.
Pleasure to be here. I grew up in Oak Ridge, attending Linden Elementary, a few years at Willowbrook, Robertsville Junior High back then.
Yeah.
And then Oak Ridge High School. Graduated Oak Ridge High School in 1987.
Right.
And,
Wow.
Yeah, go Wildcats.
Yeah, always. I mean, we got Coalfield people here, but okay. So anyway, you've been all of that. Did you play sports?
I did. I was on the football team.
Okay.
Sure did.
Who was coaching then?
Bill Young.
That's in between. That's
Yes,
right. Bill.
yes.
So it went Bill, then it went Joe, and then it got Stan, and we came on back to Joe eventually, didn't we? And
Correct.
now we're up.
Yeah.
Well, we're off to. I had the guy on the show about a year ago, but I really like the new coach.
Yeah.
He's got that young energy build, all the players he can get, all that stuff. If our running back, I don't watch as much as I should, but if he'd have stayed healthy, they might have won the state championship. Kid is good. I can't remember his name there. I mean, he's good, really good. Yeah. I like him. And I don't know, I only went to a couple games, but the tight end snuck up on me. All of a sudden, Notre Dame wants him, Tennessee wants him, and a lot of stuff there. I was really, really interesting. I thought that was good. I guess he's got one more year he's got to play.
Yeah. Malik's a heck of an athlete.
Is he?
Definitely.
Yes. Do you play at the Boys Club?
I
know you're a big Boys Club booster,
Yeah,
and you've done a lot for stuff in Oak Ridge. I know my good friend Aaron Wells brags on you all the time. And some others. And the Boys Club, I call it Boys Club and Girls Club now. I have to keep remembering that. I'm from the early Lawrence days. And actually, my father was an engineer at the lab, but he was on the committee that hired Lawrence in 1959, the executive committee. So that's how far back our presence goes, like yours. And I guess search committee or whatever it was in those days. So why run? I mean, what do you think?
Well, I've, served most of my life, serving the country, serving our community. As you mentioned, I've been on several boards, was on the Oak Ridge Boys and Girls Club board for, over 20 years. I've coached youth sports for about 15 years, baseball, basketball, football. I was a volunteer with CASA, worked there for a while.
Yeah.
That was
That's an experience.
That's quite an experience dealing with those young kids that need help for sure.
And very few of them are to blame for anything.
No, absolutely.
Had Terry family situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, after being on several boards and after starting my business from the ground up, built it into a multi-million-dollar business.
Yeah.
Sold it a couple years ago, retired, so now I have a little more time, and I just wanted to increase my service to this community.
That's a big success story when you can retire in the mid-50s. I mean, that's a great story. And you've been in the heating and air conditioning.
Yes,
Your
sir.
office was out on the west end too, wasn't it?
It was on Union Valley Road.
Was it out here? I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Always? Remember, I'm 100 years old, so I might, you know.
Well, I've had a couple small locations as I kept growing and moved out here. At one point in time, I was here at Grove
I
Center.
thought I remember you right off Louisiana out there.
Yeah, I was here on Grove Center at one time, but it kept growing.
Yeah, but you get, it's Scarborough, that's a good location out there. You got more space and buildings and stuff you can do, so.
Absolutely.
Did you do mostly commercial work?
It was mostly residential.
Was it
It was about 90% residential, 10% commercial.
You might have got two things. 3,500 when I bought a unit, 3,500 or 4,000 for about 10, 12 years ago for a home. I think it was 3 ton or 5 ton, whatever the standards are, et cetera, et cetera. Now it's like 9,000.
At least.
Oh, it's just
Things
crazy.
have changed so much, yes.
Yeah, in COVID, I remember dealing with contractors and people in the business side of things, and it took a long time. Electrical panel took a year to get here. I mean, from anywhere, because we just couldn't, just there was no supply during COVID and other things. What do you think about the country? What do you think about everything? Everything that's going on? I'm with you. I think politics is local. You got to do things for your community, and the national things are bigger than us. And we do our best. But of course, I'm close friends with Chuck Fleischman. Has a major role for this area, but on the energy committee. But it's hard to make a big difference from a local spot. But you can change your own community.
Yeah, I think that politics has just become too divisive.
Me
you
too.
know,
Me
it's
too.
us versus them mentality, and I think we can get a whole lot more done if we work together. You know, we have a whole lot more in common than we have differences. So we can come together, work together, and make Oak Ridge and Anderson County a better place.
That's what we need to do. There's a lot of issues. There's more challenges you learn on county commission than most of what you deal with is county stuff. Right. But you do have some Oak Ridge stuff. We have to protect our ambulance service here. Our court is a big issue.
Right.
And we've had some opposition and some favorabilities on the county court. I actually cut the lease. I negotiated the lease in the last 2 8-year periods. And then not the last one, but from 90-something to 2012 or 14. And, Oak Ridge had to provide stuff, and they did, and we got good deals, and we worked it. But I had to defend having the court, and it's still a controversial situation when I was serving in county government 25 years ago. And it came in 34 years ago when they went down and made the court. But I think the issue is, it's not that police expenses are one thing, but it's not that, but let's take your business. Somebody steals something from you, you got to go sit in court in Clinton for all day.
Correct.
When over here, in the old days, we paid you or we do something like that. It just is a lot more convenient. And then you get witnesses. And witnesses and criminal stuff and civil stuff just didn't show up. I mean, there was FTAs and there was all kinds of things. So I think our retail contributions and our money are significant enough to warrant a court.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think that's important to support, and I hope everybody will. I don't think with 6 Oak Ridgers and Claxton and Oliver Springs, I don't think they have enough votes to shut it down. Plus, you can't do it except every 8 years by private act. They'd have to change the private act. But anyway, that's an issue for Oak Ridgers. Yeah. And there's some other things. I said the ambulance. I think there's some other, property taxes are always an issue because we have to pay into the system. And we haven't had many. A 10-cent one a few years ago, and then before that, it was different. I don't know. I think there's some issues you have to look at, go in and take an assessment of stuff, et cetera, et cetera. I think it'll be interesting. It's a more conservative commission than it used to be. So what do you think your priorities are?
Yeah, most of it is going to be, the budget and
have you reviewed the budget for this year?
I have not looked at it in detail yet, but
they're just about ready to pass it.
Right.
They can't get in this. I have clients in a lot of counties politically, and the sheriff's budget seems to be the big issue everywhere. Okay. And they're trying to move the money around to try to give him more money so their department more money so they can keep people. But all you do is get a line behind them. Everybody wants their period. Right. They gave him 3%, which seems fairly fair, but they're trying to get 14 or 17 and $1 million or plus to be able to compete with people stealing our employees, right?
Right.
So I don't know how you do that. Yeah. It's tough. Oak Ridge don't want a tax increase. I can tell you that.
No, absolutely not.
That can't be had. No, that's it. No. So we'll get that on the record for you. Yeah. I don't think anybody in that district would be for a tax increase. You might get if some Democrats can win some seats. I think and they've got one. I think of the 8 commission districts, they're involved in all of them. I think I can't remember, but that's the first time I can remember that in a long time. And that's compliments to the Democratic Party for getting organized and getting people out there. I actually think the Democratic chairman, Chase, does a good job. He's energizing people, he's doing stuff. But I don't know where it goes. I mean, I don't know where it goes on all that, but I know we have to protect the property values and everything else.
Right.
You just went through it. Reappraisals were high, weren't they?
Yes, yeah, they were.
I got
They
hit.
were.
I went up, 20, 30%. I'm up in Orchard Circle. I know you know all the areas.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you live in? I mean, you've lived your whole life is West Oak Ridge.
I've lived, of course, as a child, I lived in the middle of Oak Ridge, just right across from the Grove Center here, West Oak Ridge, and now I live in East Oak Ridge, have for almost about the last 10 years, I think. Yeah.
Which precinct do you live in?
The 8th?
Yeah.
District 8, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the district.
Emory Valley.
Okay.
Emory Valley, yes.
It's an interesting area because Emory Valley is a much older group of people,
Yeah.
traditional, been here a while.
Yeah.
Whereas Hendricks Creek is the zoom in and out all the time.
Yeah.
And a different group of people, and you can't always tell. And everybody's Oak Ridge's politics in District 8, for instance, Oak Ridge politics are different than their federal or national politics. We have data tracking and all that stuff. It's interesting, et cetera, et cetera. Who do you, I don't know, do you, you're so close to the first round, do you anticipate this threesome being close?
I expect it to be. I mean, I'm going to
Because you have such
work
a-
hard like it's going to be, like
There
I
you go.
did during the primary, and
That's right.
I'll continue knocking doors.
The high-quality independent, and that's what Yeager is, a high-quality independent, makes it to a point where, and his experience is invaluable. He may be the smartest financial guy we've ever had over there. Myron Nowatzki was pretty smart, but I mean, Phil really knows the financial world. I mean, he retired at a young age, and he's just really talented. He's given back, him and his wife, give her credit, have given back so much to the community, just all the time they had. How about your family? Tell me about your family. Growing up, how was that?
Well, growing up, I had two older brothers and a younger sister.
How old were your brothers? I'm trying to get somebody my age group.
Okay, yeah. Well, my oldest brother graduated in '81.
Okay.
Okay. The next one graduated in '84.
Okay.
Then my sister would graduate in '89.
So you swept up the 80s. That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right.
we
And
did.
what'd you do when you got out of high school?
Went immediately into the military. Graduated high school in June. In July, I was in basic training in South Carolina, Fort Jackson.
That sounds like Marines.
No, Army.
Army? Fort Jackson,
Army,
yeah,
Fort
I wasn't
Jackson,
paying
yeah.
attention. I wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention.
no.
I saw South Carolina, I think Paris Island. you know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
Yeah.
What'd you do in the Army? Did you get your technical skills for what you did later?
No, I actually went into Army as a combat medic.
Okay.
And over 21 years, I ended up doing quite a few things, from being a combat
Oh, you
medic.
career military?
Yes, sir. I spent 21 years.
Oh, that's
in the
big part.
Army and then in the Army Reserves.
Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's right the rest of my time. And, was in personnel management.
You must have liked it.
Oh, yeah, loved it.
That's a
Absolutely.
great
loved
thing,
it.
folks, when you got somebody that loves serving the country. As I heard you say in your introduction, Mark, serve the country, then Oak Ridge, I figured he's military.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Why'd you go in the military?
That's just something I always wanted to do. I mean, I knew it when I started high school. I know I'd eventually be in the military.
I
I
think a
just
lot of
wanted to
people
do it.
feel that.
Of course, I was a great student in high school. My parents didn't like me going in the Army. They wanted me to go straight to college, but I went in the Army and got out. Then I went to college and graduated UT with a degree in business administration.
Yeah.
Paid for it with the GI Bill and Army
That's
College
a big,
Fund.
that's
Yeah.
smart. That's hard work, folks.
Yeah.
And the whole, I mean, I've been around with the Baker Center. I know a lot about the business. In fact, I have kids that are canvassing for me now, and they going into school over there from Oak Ridge, and really smart. I got smart kids. I mean, and lucky to have them. And I think that they've really put a lot of. Randy just put another $100 million into the Baker business program, so it's been pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You go to UT football games?
I do on occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the ball game. It's a nightmare getting in and out of there.
Exactly right.
I just
Yeah.
point my car, get up on the hill, and point it out, and try to get out of there. Leave about 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, unless it's close.
Yeah.
I've left a few games. I left the Florida game a few years ago. The sun was so hot. I was sitting in the end zone, and we have box seats now. I mean, inside, and it's much easier. But back then, it was terrible. I mean, the sun right in our faces. And I think Florida was up. Remember that game? They were up like 15 points at halftime or 20. And when we went home, by the time we got in the car and got through everything and went home, it was tied up.
Wow.
Remember they came back and beat Florida, and that was a wild time. I remember, I think. I like those sports. Grew up a Notre Dame fan, still a Notre Dame fan, but I'm a UT season ticket holder, so it's kind of a mixed thing. And both schools do pretty well, so it's a good thing.
Yeah. Back when I was a student there, they gave you tickets. Students
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
tickets for
2.
free. They had lotto if you got in line,
They-
got there early enough. I don't think that's the case anymore.
They
but-
lotto them now.
Yeah.
You may get a ticket per
Yeah.
game later in the year or something like that, but they
Right.
don't. It's gotten big enough, it's just not enough seats. And
Right.
they can't be giving student tickets where they can make $1,000, $2,000 kind of thing.
Right.
Right now, they're more available because they just haven't been as competitive, but, I mean, they're still going. I think it'll be a decent year this year, I really do. I think they'll be in the mix. Chandler, let's go to break, and we'll be right back.
American competitiveness runs on innovation, and ORNL helps deliver it. We accelerate the path from research to real-world applications, working with industry to reduce costs, boost efficiency, and bring next-generation technologies to market. It's ORNL science that strengthens the economy and builds opportunity across the nation.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
This is Joe Heckman, President of Waste Management at Energy Solutions. Nuclear power is on the rise. Energy Solutions is part of this transition and part of the solution, delivering comprehensive services and assets that support the entire nuclear life cycle. Energy Solutions is protecting and preserving the environment for generations to come.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance technologies and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear, environmental, and clean energy fields.
America runs on power, and for nuclear power, we need enriched uranium, but almost all of it comes from overseas. In 2019, the Trump administration took action, working with Centrus to build the first new American-owned uranium enrichment plant in 70 years. And now, Centrus is ready to expand to meet our nuclear power and military needs, free from dependence on foreign suppliers. Centrus, American technology built by American workers.
Feeling overwhelmed with your business finances? At P&L Business Services, we handle all your bookkeeping, payroll, and tax needs. From federal tax returns to QuickBooks training, we've got you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we provide customized packages to fit your business. Focus on what you love most, building your business. Let us take care of the rest. Call 865-294-4792. P&L Business Services, empowering you to grow your business.
At ORNL, national security is a mission powered by science. We safeguard critical infrastructure, develop isotopes for health and defense, and protect the digital frontiers of tomorrow. In a world of emerging threats, we deliver breakthroughs for America that protect lives, systems, and the future.
County Commissioner Jawrell Cook got more experience than most of the ones I talked to. We're going to talk a little bit about how you can put that experience to work for Oak Ridge. Tell me a little bit about communication between Oak Ridge and us and all that stuff we get into all the time. What do you think? How do you handle something like that?
Yeah, well, I think that, of course, Oak Ridge and Anderson County's got to work together. Oak Ridge being the largest city in the county and contribute a large portion to the budget.
55% usually, yeah.
Yeah, so I think...
They think they give 65. That's
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, but I think that...
I'm talking about the county. Yeah,
Sure. I think that there's been times in the past it might have been an us versus them mentality, but I think we just got to work together, come together, and as every city does better in the county's going to be better. So,
Absolutely.
So.
How do you put your business to work together? I mean, you go in. See, that's what my wife's trying to do, and others, and they kind of lean on each other. But you got to set the budget up and say, "Here's what we got. How are we going to get there? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
And the TCA code limits how you can do that, and you'll find. But I think we need to get. I personally would like to see a clearer picture on where the money all comes from. Now I know because I read it, but I think the public needs to know. It needs to be stated out, and we'll listen. But the votes can often be Oak Ridge versus county. But the county's split all over the place too. Those guys are all over the place. So. Interesting. 21 years in the military. Think about it, folks, how much training that is. What did you do mostly? I mean, like a day-to-day task. What kind of areas? Budgets? Money?
Yeah, well, in the military, I spent most of my time as an instructor. So I was teaching, younger soldiers,
The soldier?
different tasks.
Oh, different tasks. Okay.
Yeah, different tasks. So spent a lot of time doing that. Like I said, it has ranged from combat medic to personnel management to being an instructor. And
When you were an instructor, were you an overall instructor, or were you like a basic or regular, or
It was
specific skills?
It was on specific skills. Yeah, it was like MOS training. People that reclassed, whatnot, whether it be heavy equipment repair, heavy equipment operator, even air conditioning, which was my expertise. They've got that. It's called utilities equipment repair in the military. So I was right at home teaching that one. So I was able to teach that to a lot of people.
I call utility the hidden taxes. They've learned how to do it over the last 15 years. You always want leverage taxes, but your utility goes up and finances all the infrastructure.
Yeah.
So my question, and the thing that really gets at me is, my bill is generally very high in the summer. I have a 2,500 split level, whatever. So anyway, what's the best way to put it? My wife went on a cruise, and my son, and I was there alone with 4 dogs, but I was there alone. And I just turned the thing 72 degrees. She likes it 65 or 64. I put 72 degrees and did not change it. But we have those box air conditioners in the room and in the wall. They got to be added to my bill, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the question is, my bill last month was $610. This month's $770, and I turned it up for 10 days of the bill. What's in that? I just can't believe, knowing the chairman of TVA, I can't believe that electricity. We're going to have a question from here. Electricity should cost that much. Tell me why. You know electricity.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of it's going to be has to do with efficiency, and that's the more efficient, of course, you get with your air conditioning, the lower your bill's going to be. My bills are never as high as what you're saying, and my house is a little bigger. So it's all about having the efficient equipment in there. And of course, TVA would recommend you keep your thermostat set at 75, but no, that's not our house either.
I can't get it at 70. I mean,
yeah.
I was 68 when I was a kid to 70, but it was different.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera. So, let's phrase that a little bit. Let's move that over since that's your expertise.
Okay.
They voted on data centers last week,
Right.
2 weeks ago, and they put a 2-year moratorium on it.
Right.
Now, I work in a world with energy. I mean, with government and electricity and government contractors. That's my world. And I also work with Washington and other things. And I probably don't have one person in my life that's against data centers. Because they all use them. They need the TVA, needs the wide, and all that kind of stuff, right? So we talk about those data centers. But I can tell you, politically, I'm pretty astute. And I watch persuasion and I watch shifts in people's behavior. And the country's coming on all like this. They're going after the data centers, moratorium, stopping them. Yeah. Where do you, as a commissioner, where do you feel you'd be on that? I mean,
well,
I don't know enough about it.
Well, and I'm in the same boat. I've not researched enough yet, but I will say, as I've been out canvassing, if you're in District 8, I haven't been to your house yet. I will be. There's been a lot of concern that the constituents are against it. They're concerned about the environment and the impact it'll have on the environment. That's the feedback I'm getting right now.
Yeah, I think it's especially in our community, I think they proceed ahead, you read it on social media, and they don't really convince you. Why would you? That's my point to them.
Right.
Why would you take a vote? They bring some expert and he talks. I ain't gonna sell East Tennessee. You got to talk about it.
Right.
So 2-year moratorium, et cetera. And I know ORNL needs one. Okay. I mean, they're pushing it. I think, and I don't know behind the scenes. I don't know. I think there's Arboretum has space for it, and I don't know where that is in the back or whatever. But I think it's a serious subject for us. I mean, my people tell me it won't be as expensive because the water's going to be a recycling system. It's going to come around. Not going to have to add water to it over time. It's there's 2 types, and one is where they have a recycling center inside the center that allows you to use the water over and over again. My family and other people are more concerned with remember 20 years ago, we had, what's her name out there, the attorney's investigator, made her movie in her van. I'm going to get there. the girl that made the movie that investigated the high power companies with the wires, Brockovich.
Okay.
And I think the same thing. What's really coming out of there? Noises, microwaves. I think people are concerned about it. And until they give a detailed explanation on how it's going to work and what impact it's going to have. Another problem, they only had them for 3 or 4 years. How much detail can you have?
Exactly.
My wife says, I'm going to wake up. And she had a lot of problems with COVID. And she says, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be looking at something's going to happen to my brain. Yeah, I don't know if it is or not. Probably not. But is it worth the chance? Is it worth whatever? So I'm interested in what people are saying. That's good information that people are concerned. But that basically means they don't know enough about it.
Exactly.
Because Oak Ridgers are usually pretty astute to that kind of stuff. But it's a lot of powerful people pushing stuff quick because they want to advance their AI. They want to do everything, and it's taking tremendous demand. And, you know, and I feel Don Moll's gone, but I think he was a great guy. But I think I lived in Pittsburgh for 12 years from when I was 29 to 41 and became close friends with a lot of Pittsburgh. It's a unique kind of person, and I love him. And basically, Don's one of them. He grew up on the other side. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know if people are going to understand quickly exactly what that means. I don't know. I probably know more than the average person how it works, how it's designed, but I don't have any answers. I can't give you any long-term promises. So I think that's something that the commission needs to look into. And they did the right thing. They put a moratorium for 2 years while we can study and learn more.
And I think that goes back to something we talked about earlier with the budget, is that one of the important parts of the budget, I think a high priority to start with, is public safety. You know?
Yeah, you did. You have talked a lot about that. Yeah.
So, and that goes along with that. We make sure, you know, the public is going to be safe with what we do, and in our budget, starting with that, with our law enforcement and our EMS and energy management and our emergency management. So, yeah.
The costs are so high for everything.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you got sheriff's deputies who need really 15% to be in competition with the others, and they're probably going to get 6 or whatever they get. And then you got others that want the same thing, because we did a food drive this week, me and 12 or 15 public officials. We get it all together, go down to St. Mary's. They got a food bank over there. It operates all day Wednesday. It's really excellent. And so, biggest place in Oak Ridge. So we take it all down there once a year. And my theory is get them involved. Let public officials get involved and know what's going on.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and we get it down there, and, you know, it's just, we laid out all the stuff we bought, $1,700 worth of groceries to donate. And it looked like what 900 looked like. I mean, it's just really, I mean, I bought canned meats. I bought maybe 100 cans of canned meat, $4.40 a piece. So you're 400 in on the canned meats, then the cereals and everything else. So I understand why people are nervous about certain things, and people need to understand. Not everybody's got an energy job making $150,000. A lot of people work hard, and they both make $60,000, $70,000 or less, and it gets eaten up. I think that's great. So, as you're a budget person and you would like to be on the budget committee, where do you feel that you would prioritize? What if you had to cut something? Have you looked at it enough to know what kind of things you?
I have not looked at it enough to know what to cut.
That's not a good question.
Yeah, but it definitely, as I mentioned, prioritize public safety. You know, that's the most important thing. I mean, we can have wonderful roads and parks and all those things, but if the public's not safe, they're not going to do us a lot of good. So we need to start.
Don't you feel fairly safe in Oak Ridge?
Absolutely, I do.
In the county too, I would say. It's just as good. Russell Barker does a good job.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about the new Chief Smith. I guess he's a good man. I'm close to the council, but I don't know a lot about. Right. Most of my work is outside the city of Oak Ridge. I have to worry about that. But at $770 a month, I'm getting involved.
Yes,
I mean, I got to ask a few questions. But and you're right, efficiency is our biggest problem. But still, there should be room for a little inefficiency to keep you under $500. I mean, it's just where we're at. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this a little bit. Tell me about your children. You have children?
Yes, actually, I've been married 37 years.
Wow.
Be 38.
So that was right out of, you were in the military.
Yeah, almost 38 years. We have 6 children.
That's fantastic.
3 grandchildren, all born, being raised here in Oak Ridge.
That's great. How many of the 6 children live in Oak Ridge?
Let's see, all but one.
Wow.
All but one, yeah.
Where's that one?
He's in Ohio.
And he's youngest, right?
No, he's
in the middle?
Yeah, he's the 3rd one.
How many girls?
None.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the name's so familiar. I mean, of course, you sponsor so much Oak Ridge Wildcat and Boys Club stuff. And
Right. Yeah.
I really don't know anybody that's done as much as you have. I'm sure there's other people in the community, but you've done so much.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've always been about service and all that. And I mentioned 6 kids, and 2 of them I had fostered, and then ended up adopting.
Yeah, a lot of people
So-
have done. I got clients.
Yeah,
Will
yeah.
Bolton down in state rep down in McMinn County. He's done the same thing. And I got a few in Knoxville that did
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
That's very admirable.
Yeah.
And that's good. And boys are probably good in a big boys' house. You need one girl that's older to take care of everybody. But other than that, does your wife work? Has she worked the whole time? With 6 kids, I don't know how.
Well, she did for a while. She was in retail management for a while, and then after about 4, she decided to stay
Just
home
focus
and
on kids.
help with the kids and help raise the kids. And yeah,
That's so rewarding, et cetera. Are your kids different?
are they different?
The 6.
Oh, I often have people ask my
You know,
wife.
like one likes this, one likes
Yeah,
that.
yeah, oh yeah. They all go in different directions. 2 of them are pretty similar, but the others, yeah, they all go in their own way and very different personalities.
And 5 of them live here, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive right there. I hope they live in District 8.
Unfortunately, only one.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
all right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And how old are your children?
It's going to range from 18 all the way up to it's ready to be 35.
You know what?
This
They're in the
few
right
months.
age. They're voters.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
that's what we're saying. No matter
They're all
what they
voters.
vote.
That's right.
Okay, that was great. Okay, so on a national scene, you're running as a Republican, so I take it you're a military guy. Let's face it. You
Yes,
never,
sir.
if you've done 20, you might as well have done 200, right?
Right.
You're a military guy. Do you think the military, on a national level, is public safety again? Or do you think they're funded adequately these days?
They could always use more funding. Always.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, we go through cycles, right? I mean, each presidency tends to either want to cut or increase, so it's up and down constantly. But I think as a whole, our service members are underpaid. I mean, for what they do, they're definitely underpaid.
And it's what do you think about the VA medical system? I mean, I've worked with that so many years with people in campaigns.
It's getting better.
That's what I heard.
It's getting
That's
better.
what I'm hearing from people.
Yeah.
I mean, they just struggle to get. I mean, they built. I know Chuck and them worked on getting a place in. I don't know, is it Athens or Cleveland or somewhere? They have a subject, and then we got some others. Everything had to go north in the past.
Right.
I mean, we had it all up there, but I think it's getting better. Would you say there? Well, thinking about it, there's more people in Tennessee. There should be more need for more stuff.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to the Veterans Clinic, or I'm doing something like that, is the process and the access to make sure you're covered is that as difficult in the military as it is in what we do?
Once again, it's getting better. The last few years, they have been cutting a lot of the red tape and
Good.
able to process claims quicker,
Good.
Evaluations quicker. As we know, the mental health is a big issue.
Big issue.
In the military. So, being able to diagnose and treat those a little bit quicker, streamlining that has
Better
helped a lot of
medicines
people.
now, too.
Yeah.
I think there's better medicines. All right, let's take another break. Chandler?
American competitiveness runs on innovation, and ORNL helps deliver it. We accelerate the path from research to real-world applications, working with industry to reduce costs, boost efficiency, and bring next-generation technologies to market. It's ORNL science that strengthens the economy and builds opportunity across the nation.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
This is Joe Heckman, President of Waste Management at Energy Solutions. Nuclear power is on the rise. Energy Solutions is part of this transition and part of the solution, delivering comprehensive services and assets that support the entire nuclear life cycle. Energy Solutions is protecting and preserving the environment for generations to come.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance technologies and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear, environmental, and clean energy fields.
America runs on power, and for nuclear power, we need enriched uranium, but almost all of it comes from overseas. In 2019, the Trump administration took action, working with Centrus to build the first new American-owned uranium enrichment plant in 70 years. And now, Centrus is ready to expand to meet our nuclear power and military needs, free from dependence on foreign suppliers. Centrus, American technology built by American workers.
Feeling overwhelmed with your business finances? At P&L Business Services, we handle all your bookkeeping, payroll, and tax needs. From federal tax returns to QuickBooks training, we've got you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we provide customized packages to fit your business. Focus on what you love most, building your business. Let us take care of the rest. Call 865-294-4792. P&L Business Services, empowering you to grow your business.
At ORNL, national security is a mission powered by science. We safeguard critical infrastructure, develop isotopes for health and defense, and protect the digital frontiers of tomorrow. In a world of emerging threats, we deliver breakthroughs for America that protect lives, systems, and the future.
Hey, welcome back. We're talking about county commission, and we're trying to get things organized and let everybody see. We have several different ones on. Denise, the vice chairman, was on last week. Denise Farman was wonderful to see her out there. Now, Jawrell's well-known to Oak Ridge, but not well-known in the political commission world. So we want to get him on there to talk. It's so impressive. 21 years in the military, built a business, a multi-million-dollar business, sold it, and now he's back helping out. And all during that time, a lot of the boys clubs, I served in the boys club. Think about that if you're in Oak Ridge. You served on that, did all of that, got some other things done. We don't have many people that do that kind of stuff. You may step in and serve a couple years on this or that, but the long-term commitment in dollars, because I know how much that Wednesday show, that's a good investment. I think it's 5 or plus. I've done it once. And just keep investing your money back into Oak Ridge, and that's excellent. What part of you said you live over in Emory Valley? What road do you live on?
On Palisades Parkway.
Oh, you're over on Palisades.
Yes, yeah.
Interesting.
Over there near the mayor.
Yeah, the mayor's on 18, I believe, not to get people going see him. But, it's one I can't. But easy to look all that up anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I really like the mayor, and I think he's done a good job. He's passionate. He doesn't slow down. I don't know if I do all that. But, I mean, for $50 a month, that's a good deal. And he's a good. At least you get $600. I mean, there's a little bit difference. Yeah. What do your children do?
Well, I've got 2 of them that work in the air conditioning industry.
Took the business over?
Well, no, I was bought out by a larger company, and they're working for them now.
Okay, that's the same thing.
Yeah, you're still doing that. And got one that's a restaurant manager up in Ohio.
Okay.
That
will make you travel,
yeah. And then my 4th one, he had served in the military, and my oldest one did too, but the 4th one just got out recently, and now he's going to Mississippi State.
Okay.
And just got a letter. He made the dean's list his first semester back, so that's good news. So.
What did your parents do?
My mom was a stay-at-home mom. She babysat in the house, other kids, and my dad worked for the government. He worked out the plants in the sheet metal shop for years, and that's what brought us here in 1976 when I was just a young kid. And he worked there, and then eventually worked in the air conditioning shop there. So
it is. He had a background in air conditioning too.
Yeah.
Just what?
It's kind of a family thing. A lot of the Cooks did that. The Cook brothers, my uncles, and all was kind of in that same field. Started in Florida, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. That's interesting. That is so impressive. I mean, I'm starting to say it seemed like everybody did well in school, and you do that when your parents do the right thing, and do that kind of stuff. Yeah. You were the oldest child?
No, I got two older brothers.
Oh, you just say that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
apologize.
that's right.
That's good, but that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went through them, 81, 80, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm old, you gotta work with me. What about the time commitment? That's the biggest frustration, I think, for people that actually do the job.
Right.
And not show up. I've had buddies that were on there, they came from a meeting, they came to their one committee meeting, and they were done. Didn't talk to anybody, did everything. And that's the way to do it. I mean, that's all that's required.
Right.
Then you got my wife and people like that who have every law broken down and everything. When they go into a meeting, they're prepared. And that makes them one of two or three that aren't.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of different thing. You can put a lot of time into it, or you can put a little time into it. But I guess given retirement, you feel like you have that time to do that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I worked 40, 50 hours a week and also coached youth sports and then also served on the boards, several different boards. So now retiring and just on county commission, sounds like it's just going to be an easier part-time job now.
It isn't. Well, it is and it isn't. But yeah, I get your point.
Right.
Yeah, very attractive.
Yeah.
Do you know Judge Layton very well?
I do not. I have met him a couple of times, but have never spoke to him for more than a minute or so.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Now you got Phil on there. It's probably the three most competitive and at least most qualified. And we got some people, I'm not trying to take away from service, but because it's not a full-time where your background actually matters, right? I mean, it's just some people that are not that qualified that are probably into it just for, they want a road sign changed or something, something like that. Oh, there are a lot of that. Little things like that. I came on here because the dairy truck don't go by my house or something. That's the kind of stuff.
Well, the number one question I get asked when I'm out canvassing is, can you fix the potholes on my street?
I'm
like,
you,
well,
I
no.
want to do a show on it.
That's you talk to your city councilman about that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
We come down Pennsylvania. I live up on Orchard Circle at the very top of the city up there. And I'm telling you, we come down the hill. You come down Pennsylvania, it's like a roller coaster ride. They're trying to do some work.
Right.
But, I mean, just got to get after it. You got to get after it. It's been my whole point on certain projects that are being built, energy and other sides. Things that are taking 10 years that should have been done in 3.
Right.
They're getting cleaned up, but, I mean, it's a still point. Sometimes there's an expediency to what you do.
Yeah.
Potholes is my expediency. You just get the thing filled in, man. Or repave it or build it or whatever. Put more money into it. I don't need a statue of so-and-so or something. I need roads. Right. You're right. That's the biggest issue I hear.
Yeah.
That is really something.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing in the county. Gary Long does a pretty good job. He's been there since, I remember I ran his campaign, 98, and he just does a good job. He knows the business, grew up with his dad in the business, kind of like the air conditioning thing. That's interesting. Maybe you could do our air conditioner or something. That might be a conflict of interest, but at least you can check on the contracts.
Right.
You'll know what's going on. I don't know. We have internal people, but I don't know. I used to bid it out, so I'm sure somebody's got a contract to service it. I don't know, that kind of sense. All right, that's it. Over your career, though, a lot of Oak Ridgers, I think when I graduated from high school, I had been to Clinton once a year at the most, maybe twice ever, and that was to go to Hammers with my mother or something like that, right? I just didn't know anything about it.
Right.
Played ball with them. I mean, Oak Ridge, we had big rivalries in those days. Both of us were in the top 10 in basketball, and we had it was interesting. But I mean, I think that working and going to council and going here is a completely different thing. Council, you got to hear everybody. Commission, best rule they got: 3-minute lemon hall, and you can talk. Used to be 10 years ago, you talk forever. People be saying public commentary take an hour. You can't do that. You can't do it. And if you got a major subject, like something like libraries, and that's a mess. Good luck. And everything else. Then you've got to really limit how many speakers can speak from an organization. There's a lot of that stuff that gets kind of taxing, I think, on people.
Well, what do you think about moving the public comments to the end of the meeting?
Well, it depends whether they're publicly commenting on something that's going to be taken up during that meeting.
Right. Okay.
If they come back and say, look, you're voting on giving $1 million to John Thomas or something like that, or Joe Johnson or whatever, and you're going to get all that done, and then you speak at the end of the meeting, what's already been voted on. But I do think public comments in the beginning is pretty ordinary everywhere I go.
Right.
And a lot of people don't wait around for public comments at the end. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
So I do. I think limiting public comments to things that are relevant for that meeting is important.
Right.
I don't think we need to talk about the upcoming lease that we have 3 months to negotiate. No, if you just 3 minutes, you can say a few things and get out of there. I don't think it matters. They rarely have more than 7 or 8 people. So it's not a terrible thing. Yeah. And they do a lot of it They had that open meeting in the beginning, 6 to 6:30, I don't know. But they have a lot of that stuff that helps. They've gotten it organized better. It really has been better. And people are trying, and that's thanks to a lot of people that work in the kind of environment you do and I do. At that, basically, we understand that we have to get it done quickly and well organized, or nobody's going to listen to us.
Right.
But you'd be surprised. A lot of people watch the show on the Anderson County TV station over there. I think especially in Clinton. Clinton's the center of everything, and we'll see where that goes. And I don't know. Yeah. What would you change? What would you do? Anything you want to do when you're saying, "Well, I get over, I want to help do this." So public safety is a priority for you.
Public safety is the main thing. I've had many people ask me, and I don't have an agenda going in. I'm out here to change A, B, C. That's what I need to see change. No, I'm going into it with an open mind, look at everything. And
put your skills on it.
Yeah, and mainly the budget. Look at it, make sure there's no waste there. We're being accountable and transparent for every dollar that we spend. And like I said, once again, the public safety. I mean, those are the main things I'll be looking at going in.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think that's it. It sounds like budget committee's a good alternative. I think Phil's been on there for 8 years or so, and he's so smart. Yeah. He's good for that. I think Don would probably want to be on the operations committee because that's where a lot of the activities. I'm not speaking for them. I've
Sure.
worked with them both for so long that they both have a lot to contribute. And you have, without question, one of the most impressive backgrounds of all the 16 I've known. And I think you've got a real good chance to make a little bit of a difference over there. I mean, I just think that we need good people. We need competent people. And some people have agendas. I won't go into names, but some people have agendas. Some people right here in Oak Ridge, and they want to change this. See, when you've had experience in working over there, you've got more things you want to change or do because of that. And hardest transition, you're a CEO in the private world. Hardest transition is you can't get things done as easy. There's 16 people. You got to convince 9 people, and the best way to figure that out is I think you have to ask the question: what benefits Oak Ridge, the people of District 8? You got to work for everybody, but District 8, who relies hardly on anything over there. I mean, you said the right things. I mean, not so much public safety, but the ambulance and a few other things.
Right.
The roads. I love that comment by the people over there in everybody. The roads. Can you fix the roads? I don't know. I think city council candidates are going to have to answer those questions. I think it's a big question to do, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Okay. And when you knock on doors in District 8, don't you get the impression that nobody keeps up with the county very much?
Oh, absolutely. It's most of the questions they ask me are about the city.
Right.
But yes, county, most of them, the answer I get is, well, you've kind of caught me flat-footed. I don't really know what to ask you about that and all that. But the thing that they like most when I'm talking to them is the fact that I'm not a career politician. I mean, I'm a businessman going in with no agenda, with a lot of experience, but I'm not there to serve 20, 30 years.
Well, obviously I'm a political consultant person, and what's the other way around? More than 70% of the people I talk to want term limits.
Yeah.
Polling and everything. They say, this is ridiculous. I can understand it for full-time politicians. Yeah. But why would somebody want to be a mayor for 20 years? I don't get it. I mean, they think they're doing more than they are, I guess. But, I mean, we need to turn our hearts. It's time for young people to get involved, too. I mean, people under 65. Yeah. I mean, we have so many people still in government. And you see it on the national basis, it makes them even crazier. Right. So, with all due respect to the president and McConnell and all these other people, but I just think that, you get to a point where I think President Trump probably had a little more of a pass because he was leading a changed movement. Nobody cared about the other stuff. But people that vote, they get more comfortable. I know I consult for some of them in federal and state, and they have built-in channels, and they got to protect this issue or that issue. It's time to let young people, and that's why we see so much growth in socialism and other things. Nobody's effective.
Right.
Nobody's effective. In the worst case scenario, and I can't remember, the number one issue too is health care.
Right.
We're not right on health care. Republicans aren't right on health care. I don't care what anybody says. Because if you can't get enough money to pay your bills and your health bills, it's like Democrats are, if you're going to do socialized medicine, and I have friends in Britain that if you're going to do it, they all like it because they grew up and they're used to it, but you got to figure out how to do it. And like TennCare was that, or a version of that. You need a more modest version of that. My point being, I don't think anybody should be without health care. And I told the Republicans when I consulted, met in Washington, I said, first thing you got to answer before you start talking about what you're going to do is what's wrong with everybody having health care. Mm-hmm. You got to find a path to get there. If you don't believe in that, especially children, that's the lowest compromise. You going to tell a 15-year-old he can't have an operation because he doesn't have money? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I don't have to win any election. I get beat up every day on that stuff, so I don't know. Yeah. It's been different. I mean, 50 years I've been doing it. It's different since college. I mean, there was 20 years I got out and did something else, but it's a different world. It's a different world. I think
and many people have asked me, how can you retire in your 50s? What are you doing for health insurance? But, fortunately, I served 21 years in the military, so I'm on military insurance, for the rest of my life. So, I'm 71 years old, and I had a full-time job now, and I'm working in the energy world. Have been for 12 years, actually probably 14 or 15, in addition to what I do on my own time. And I haven't seen a lot of people that don't want to retire at a certain age. And you're right, they won't go till they're 65. They won't go till Medicare kicks in. But I have both. I have Medicare, and I have the other. And Medicare don't pay anything. My primary insurance is stuck with paying everything, and there's any overflow, they don't catch it. Because Medicare has the rule I think they do, I'm not an expert, but when you charge on Medicare, they're not allowed to charge anybody else, just your Medicare account. That was interesting. I thought that was interesting. Have you been going to commission meetings, son? I've been to a few of them. I've been to a lot of them. I've been to a few of them, though, and it's interesting, and that's one reason I know a lot of the public comment at the beginning has nothing to do with what they're even talking about or any of the issues. People have an agenda, and they get up there and they want to talk and they hear themselves talk or whatnot. But some of them are about a specific issue. But I've been to a few of the meetings, kind of see how they ran and all, and I'm anxious to get to work.
Yeah, you're going to do a great job. I can see that coming. Let me have one more break before I shut it down.
Okay.
9 minutes to go. We did good. We did the best we could.
Yeah.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
This is Joe Heckman, President of Waste Management at Energy Solutions. Nuclear power is on the rise. Energy Solutions is part of this transition and part of the solution, delivering comprehensive services and assets that support the entire nuclear life cycle. Energy Solutions is protecting and preserving the environment for generations to come.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance technologies and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear, environmental, and clean energy fields.
America runs on power, and for nuclear power, we need enriched uranium, but almost all of it comes from overseas. In 2019, the Trump administration took action, working with Centrus to build the first new American-owned uranium enrichment plant in 70 years. And now, Centrus is ready to expand to meet our nuclear power and military needs, free from dependence on foreign suppliers. Centrus, American technology built by American workers.
Feeling overwhelmed with your business finances? At P&L Business Services, we handle all your bookkeeping, payroll, and tax needs. From federal tax returns to QuickBooks training, we've got you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we provide customized packages to fit your business. Focus on what you love most, building your business. Let us take care of the rest. Call 865-294-4792. P&L Business Services, empowering you to grow your business.
At ORNL, national security is a mission powered by science. We safeguard critical infrastructure, develop isotopes for health and defense, and protect the digital frontiers of tomorrow. In a world of emerging threats, we deliver breakthroughs for America that protect lives, systems, and the future.
Welcome back. We've got 4 minutes left to go, and we've had a great show, and actually just so impressed with the background of Jawrell Cook. I mean, just 21 years in the military, built his own business, just donated hundreds of thousands of dollars over his career, and to the community. And, you don't think that's a lot of money, but when you give $5 a year to a program or $7, it gets up there pretty fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we just don't have many people like him. And he's a great guy, and I think he'll do I'm just telling you, I think he'll do a great job. Your family behind you on this?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, 100%
They're
behind
just trying to
me.
get you out of the house. That's what that's how it works.
Yeah.
I think. That's good. You gonna get anybody getting out helping you on doors? Or you doing them all?
I'm doing everything myself.
Yeah, everybody does.
I want to meet everybody face to face myself
That's
and,
good.
and talk with them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, and there's others that don't do it at all. I mean, it's just different. And I think if you're a new candidate, you don't have a lot of money, you can't market and merchandise, then you should. If you're not going to go doors, you should. If you can present your case and you can present yourself in literature, in campaigning, endorsements, or whatever, then it's a little easier for you to do,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. But you've done a great job. How many doors did you say? 600 in the primary?
I did nearly 700 in primary
600.
and just getting started again, over 100 now, looking, try to get to at least 1,000.
I think you'll see, I'm guessing, I think you'll see 1,500 voters, maybe 1,800. You know, there's 1,480 new voters in your district.
Wow.
Now, not all Republicans, but
Right.
I mean, 2/3 of them are, I'm sure, in that. So, I mean, it was just, I think there's a great opportunity there. I'd like to see the Oak Ridgers communicate more and do more. They usually vote alike, but if everybody knows where they're at, of course, you got Sunshine Law.
Right.
State doesn't have it, but I mean, but you got it, and another control mechanism. But I think that's a big deal if we could get that done. And let me say, I think Oak Ridge has a good number on the budget committee, because a lot of people, it should, it's not regulated, but basically Oak Ridge represents, out of 15, we get 6 people, probably should be closer to 5, but Oak Ridge's population is going up.
Right.
A lot of it in Roane County and
Yeah.
on the west end, et cetera, et cetera. All I can do is encourage you, work with the other Oak Ridgers. You're a businessman. You'll find out after about 30 to 60 days, when you get on there, you'll find out that who's organized, who's not organized, and the different ways to approach it. Operations is just what it is. It goes through all the stuff and says budget tells you how much money they'll give you to spend it. And I would be more inclined to budget. That's just,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to spend, I appreciate your cause, but I'm not going to give you $500,000. They have an opioid committee where they got a lawsuit which gives them so much money, and they pass that out, and that's good. That's not their money, that's good, our money. And so there's a few things like that. I hope you get orientated to it all, because you've got so many gifts and so much experience. We need as much as we can get. There's some good guys on there. I mean, there's some good people running. I think it's one of the best slates I've seen in years.
Okay.
I really do. Go ahead. Talk to the people.
Yeah, well, you'd mentioned budget and all, and I remember during the primary, Mayor talking about all the grants that she has secured, and I think that's important to keep that momentum going and get as many grants as we can to help keep our tax rate low.
Yeah, and you get more grants in Democratic administrations, so you have to be competitive in Republican administrations, because they hand out more money. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
And they got used to, Obama's programs, we had all that federal money coming through for years, and now they have to operate without it, like share benefit. And then, it's a 50-50 deal. I'm not judging it either way, but that's where it is. Okay. So you got anything you want to say to them? You got door-to-door to get your door-to-door speech?
Yeah, well, I've spent my life, serving our country, serving our community, and I want to continue that service, serving you, and doing everything I can to make Oak Ridge better, as well as Anderson County better.
That's good. That's really good. Okay, folks, we got it going. Next week, Shelley Vandergrift problem. I'll have to wait and see who's available, and it's so hard squeezing stuff in.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And I think he's asking you for his vote, and you need to consider him, that's for sure. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.